we've actually publicly announced implementing some of those, like divestiture of regional malls and investing in urban retail. Can you give us a little color on that? Because we're really doing things.
We certainly made this, and one thing about this environment where it's very difficult to buy, it's actually a good environment to sell. And we are typically a long-term, we buy and hold for the most part. But I would say over the last year, the thing that we found most compelling, it was a very good opportunity to sell. And I would say that mostly because the distinction between, good assets, but not necessarily on the prime, high street assets, were selling for not particularly different cap rates. So we were able to sell some things and roll them into what were, albeit still expensive purchases, but very significant upgrades in quality. So those 1031 turnovers turned out to be a very important strategy for us. And in other cases where we'll sell assets that are not core to us, and we think we're getting very good pricing, to the extent that we can roll them over into, again, what might be relatively expensive purchases, but an upgrade in quality, I think we'll continue to do that. We're also not afraid of just building up some cash because, as Richard said, there's enough uncertainty out there that, potentially there could be some double dip, and I think everybody on this panel and, people that you're speaking to today are all going to want to be ready with capital in the event that that happens. If it doesn't happen, that's okay too. It never hurts. It's never worried us to have a lot of cash sitting around. But I think the other thing that you would see us focus on is there's a lot of value within the portfolio. So redevelopment opportunities, quite frankly, land that we own at a basis that makes development relative to the buys you can make on acquisitions. It makes the development returns look acceptable. So that may be, multifamily and even an office building or two, a brand new building in Crystal City where we have the advantage of very low basis and granted upzoning. So we'll focus on those sorts of things where we think we're getting, reasonable value for putting out money. It doesn't worry us. We'll work hard every day to find investments, but if we don't find, good investments, it won't scare us not to do them.
Scott, you were the most prolific